Hello everyone and welcome to my major pitch presentation. So my film is titled Turn Off and it's about a character called Hugh Wheatler who is a caring, sensitive environmentalist. The film begins with Hugh getting ready for a very important date. When he's ready for the date, he locks up his house and goes towards his car. Before then he finds a horrifying discovery. He turns around to find that he's left one single light on. So he goes back up to turn it off. And then he finds out he's locked himself out of the house. Determined to switch off this light, Hugh tries everything to break back into his own house. Meanwhile, his date gets increasingly impatient and thinks that Hugh stood her up. Hugh finally manages to break back into his own house, and as soon as he walks up to the light to switch it off, boom, the bulb blows. His efforts are in vain and he's left in darkness. This production will obviously be a work of fiction, although it's somewhat based on a true story. And it will be told in the style of a narrative. The film won't have too many major movement scenes, so it will generally be done with a camera that's locked off on a tripod. Also, because the whole story takes place during the night, it will actually be really interesting to play with in terms of colour and lighting. I imagine a lot of unnatural lighting and a lot of dark, shadowy kind of colours. At the outset of this assignment, I really wanted to create a film that had some environmental message. And I drew a lot of inspiration from the event that's just passed, which is Earth Hour. Earth Hour is an Australian-born event and it is held on the last Saturday of every March since 2007. The hour itself goes from 8:30 to 9:30 and it's an hour where people are encouraged to turn off all their lights, turn off all their electricity. Even though it's only an hour, it's kind of a symbolic, as a mark of the population standing up and saying, we're going to do something, we're going to make a change. The central message of Earth Hour from the beginning has been that one person has the power to make a change. That message and theme of Earth Hour really inspired my film Turn Off, because it's all about that one man who's trying to turn off that one light. The style of the film is going to be light-hearted and comedic, painted as kind of a comedy of errors. However, when Hugh does make it inside the house, I'm going to kind of shift the styles around so that the audience can actually see the motivation behind Hugh trying to get inside. In this shift, the audience will get to see the main message of the film as they see Hugh's motivations. They see why he wants to get inside so desperately. They see why he believes that this one light can make that change. I want this scene to kind of have a bit of a slower pace and maybe even a melancholy feeling to it. Then once again, at the end, it goes back into that light-hearted comedic kind of stuff when Hugh goes to turn off the light and then the light bulb blows. So through these different contrasts of styles, we're gonna take the audience on a roller coaster. It's going to leave them feeling entertained, but also questioning their own contribution to environmental change. One film that did inspire this style that I'm trying to achieve is Home Alone, the 90s classic Christmas movie. Home Alone was still able to send home a strong and powerful message, while still being a light-hearted Christmas comedy. And that kind of style is exactly what I want to try and emulate in Turn Off. I want it to be fun, I want it to be entertaining, but at the same time, I want the subtext to really stay with the audience. Overall, I feel that Turn Off will be a really entertaining film to produce and a really entertaining film to watch at the end. So that's why I hope you consider Turn Off as a project for the major production. Thanks.